Good morning, Rowan. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness just came out, and of course there's going to be spoilers about this. So here's the condensed plot of this. America Chavez is being chased through the multiverse by demons. An alternate version of Doctor Strange is killed by a demon. That one's not that sympathetic. And America flees to the Marvel Cinematic Universe where she is assailed by Gargantos. No, not that one. Yes, that one. Thankfully, this demon is weak compared to the actual Shumagorath. Okay, so Strange goes to Wanda for help since he recognizes the magic on the corpses and the demons as, well, witchcraft and not his brand of magic. But she does reveal that she is responsible when she lets it slip that the girl's name is America, something Doctor Strange did not tell her. So Strange basically gave the whole spiel to her on where America is, so she lays waste to Camartage when she arrives, and then captures Wong, though Doctor Strange and America flee into the multiverse, where they run into the world of the Illuminati. And if you're expecting this to be a cameo fest in this multiverse travel, just give up on it because you really get only the Illuminati. So, it's Earth 838, and America and Steven have been captured by the Illuminati, who consist of Black Bolt, who is played once again by Anson Mount from that god-awful Inhumans show, Reed Richards, who is played by fancast John Krasinski, Professor X, who is played by Patrick Stewart in the flying wheelchair. Also, you get the theme tune from the X-Men 92 series, Captain Carter, played by Haley Atwell, Baron Mordo, and apparently Steven never learned his name was Carl until, this movie. Really? Maria Rambeau, who is the Captain Marvel of the Illuminati's universe. Don't get too attached to these characters because most of them, well, all of them except Mordo, ends up biting the dust. Wanda just walks through them. Wanda can't travel the multiverse because she needs America to do that, but she can do something called dreamwalking, which allows her to possess a different version of herself from across the multiverse. And oh me, oh my, she is very much the same powered woman in all universes that we know of, apparently. She kills everyone. She kills Black Bolt by simply just sealing his mouth shut whenever he tries to exhale, and that just blows his brains out. She dismembers Reed Richards. She bisects Captain Carter. She flattens Maria Rambeau, and she kills Professor X by breaking his neck when he enters her mind in order to free the Wanda she possessed. Honestly, the movie is surprisingly graphic. We get a chase between Wanda and the trio of America, Christine Palmer from the Illuminati universe, and Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange successfully retrieves the Book of the Vishanti, the good counterpart of the Darkhold, that Wanda has been using. Though Wanda manages to catch up with them and throw them through a portal by possessing America's mind. Well, her whole dreamwalking escapade is interrupted by the Darkhold, specifically a sorcerer destroying the Darkhold. Wanda is pissed and manages to strong-arm Wong into finding out where the origin of the Darkhold is. The Darkhold is from Mount Wungador. Yes, this is the place in the comics where Wanda was born. Meanwhile, we see Doctor Strange in another universe. This Doctor Strange is from a universe where an incursion happened. So, to get the general idea of what the incursions are, basically walls between universes collapse and it destroys either both or one of the universes as stuff begins running into each other. So, after a creative duel with magic music, yes, seriously, Doctor Strange uses the Darkhold from the universe of the corrupted and incursion Doctor Strange. So, apparently the reason why the one from the slides over was corrupted was apparently he was abusing the Darkhold in order to kill versions of himself that were happy with Christine. Which, seriously? So Doctor Strange uses the Darkhold in order to possess the corpse of himself from earlier in the movie, and uses the souls of the damned to fight Wanda. Yes, This is an amazing scene. Doctor Strange possesses his corpse from another universe and uses the souls trying to stop him as a cloak and weapon. Though Doctor Strange isn't the one who stops Wanda and solves the conflict of the film. It's when America is able to get control of her multiverse jumping powers long enough to help Wanda realize that she has been wrong and whatever she's doing is, well, madness. Wanda collapses Wongador and destroys every copy of the Darkhold across the multiverse. And Steven gets over Christine Palmer. Yeah, that was a plot point that I didn't really like, and takes America in at Camartage. The two credit scenes are of Doctor Strange beginning to succumb to the dark magic he had just been using, and then there is another cameo. Clea, the Sorceress Supreme from the Dark Dimension in the comics, and yes, that part is at least tangentially intact because she can tear open portals into the Dark Dimension. She's also dressed exactly like how she looks in the comics in a very comics-accurate costume, so kudos. So my thoughts on the movie are rather scattered. The idea that you project your mind into another universe and observe that way reminded me of Flash of Two Worlds, where the author of the Flash comics in-universe apparently looked into the multiverse unknowingly and thought he was just making Flash stories up. It would be funny to think of all the sorts of things that can come out of looking into the multiverse and dreaming up all sorts of wacky scenarios and stories. Of course, you realize that garbage would be there. Yes, that garbage. The garbage of fanfiction.net, Wattpad, Archive of Our Own, and some actual literature. Sturgeon's revelation still holds with all of these. 90% of them are garbage, but the remaining 10% are worth dying for. Okay, so anyways, speaking of The Flash, I felt this movie's pacing was very fast. I didn't realize it was 2 hours in because I already felt it was way shorter based on just how the movie internally paces itself. Everything is at like a breakneck speed. I also think the biggest concern is that I am way more invested in Wanda's story than I am in Doctor Strange and his relationship with Christine Palmer and all that. Don't get me wrong. It is interesting to use the multiverse as a tool to see what your regrets, what you don't like about yourself, what you wish you could be, and what you can change. But it's not as interesting as when Wanda does it. America Chavez also has something I like to call Franklin Richards syndrome. The villain wants the hero for power, in America's case, her ability to travel the multiverse. And Wanda's arc is that she wants America in order to kill her and take the power. You can't separate the power in her and have her still live. Wanda's whole arc in this movie is that it explains how much she wants to control. In her monologue to Wong, she wants to control everything in the multiverse using the Darkhold and America's power. In the realm of infinite possibility, she can find any cure for any illness her children, once she reunites with them, may have, the solution to any problem they may have, or the weapon to kill any monster which threatens her kid if her own chaos magic isn't enough. And that's understandable why she would want this. Sokovia was constantly in civil war and constantly in ruins. The Sokovia Accords put her at the mercy of the government, who locked her up in a straitjacket and locked her in the raft. Wanda flat out says she blew a hole in the head of the man she loves, and of course everything that happened in WandaVision was built up to this. Although some lines in this movie do strike me as odd. In theory, this is supposed to be somewhat of a House of M adaptation where Doctor Strange and Wanda clash, with Doctor Strange in place of Charles Xavier from the comics telling her that her children were not real, which I found exceptionally cruel in both the comics and here. In the comics, at the time, she was just grieving, and Chuck telling her that her children weren't real is just twisting the knife. Whereas in the movie, she is told by Doctor Strange that her children are not real, and this is while she is threatening Camartage. That's not exactly what you want to say to the person who is trying to destroy everything and anyone including a surprising amount of cremations alive, in order to get this one girl who you're protecting in order to traverse the multiverse. That's just tone deaf to say. In terms of special effects, I know the biggest appeal of the movie was magic, and I know the biggest criticism of the original Doctor Strange, and to an extent his appearances in Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok, and No Way Home. The magic system seems very much Green Lantern-y with this whole construct making, which, yeah, I can see that, but we do increase the diversity of magic. Sure, we still have the constructs and particle effects from Strange and Wanda, but we do get things like spirit manipulation, bard magic, which is in the movie, not this slide, possession and necromancy, and summoning from both Wanda and Strange. Overall, I do enjoy this movie. I just feel like the title character could use a stronger arc other than the "are you happy" question and "are you honest with yourself" question. The multiverse was being used to explore the characters rather than be a cameo fest, which I did enjoy. And, well, overall, this is a good movie, but it's not a great movie, and it's not the 100% best the MCU could possibly do. Well, see you, Rowan.